Hi guys, and welcome to this, which is going to be just a quick update of the workshop. Mainly because I haven't put a video up for quite a while. I've been so busy just recently that filming and trying to get everything ready for Tracy to edit has been virtually impossible. But I thought I would just get this out here quick just to give you a rundown of where we're at. In the shop, nothing has really happened in here apart from we've sold a bit of product and added a bit more product. We need to get on with the flooring next, so we're going for these tiles on the floor there. But yeah, we've got bits going on the shelf, got more engine parts, seat covers, and well, all sorts of stuff, paints, aerosols for brake cleaner, grease, WD-40, a range of gaskets and things. I mean, it's a mess in here at the moment, but I promise you it will look better soon. Work wise, we've got loads of work. We've got quite a few new customers. We've been buying some machinery from a company that's closed up, and we've inherited some of their work as well, which is nice. We've got a new acid bath, so we're going to be having 2 acid baths from now on. So that might look like an old rusty tank, but it's actually really useful. And then underneath that cover there is a new air bench to suck away the dust and dirt when I'm gas flowing, so that's got to go upstairs. The other machines, my mate Winkle's come and weighed them in for me the other week, so that's good there, out the way. And then when we go into the workshop, my race car is in bits at the moment. Jamie from JTech Automotive has got my gearbox. I had a problem at Liddon where it was snatching half a gear all the time, so he stripped my gearbox and has had to rebuild it. It had some needle rollers inside the box which was destroyed. Sam's got his Skyline up for sale. The company that I said about, we picked up these job sheet boards from them and a planning board as well, which they was actually chucking out actually, so we've had them. Plenty of work going on. We've recently bought a new rolling road, or new to us, so this is a Dyno Dynamics rolling road. We've used it a couple of times as well, so that's quite nice. We're pleased that we've got that. So now, once that's set properly, we've got the engine dyno, which is actually going to be moved. We're going to put the ramp where the engine dyno is, and then have the engine dyno and the rolling road together outside, I think. The head skimmer there, the motor's going to go off to be repaired pretty soon with a bit of luck. Sam's just started rebuilding all this front suspension, so we've had the top and bottom arms re-powder coated, and he's just putting new wheel bearings and top and bottom ball joints in at the moment. Like I say, the gearbox is with Jamie at the moment, so we've got to fetch that. We've got this A series that we're doing pretty soon, that I'm going to video that from start to finish like the MGB. This is more customer stuff here. Then this is the big boring machine that we bought. We've got to make some tooling for it because it didn't come with the micrometer for setting the cutter up, so we've got to try and either make one of those or find one for sale. So if there's anyone out there that's got a setting tool for one of those that they would like to sell me, just get in touch please, that would be great. We've got our big wash tank which is over the road still, but we've just got this smaller wash tank as well now, so this is for final washing before they get built. We've got this Surdy seat cutter. We've bought another one of these Comec head facers, so we're going to use this one just for cast iron, and then we're going to run the new one at the side of it for aluminium, but that hasn't turned up yet. Obviously the valve guide press that you guys have seen me use before. This is a second pressure tester, which I'm not sure whether we're going to run this or sell it. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll make a mind up on space, I guess, with that. We've moved where Sam's toolbox was. That was over there before, and we've moved it to there. We need to tidy up the top actually. And then this is another job sheet rack which is going in the engine build room. We've had about 3 or 4 engines leave us recently, but at the moment I'm building a TFSI Audi TT engine. We've got this Renault Clio engine. This is another pickup engine. This is a 2.5 Duratec. That's a 2.5 Duratec. That's a spare pickup engine going in a flight case for a customer just to keep in his lorry. And then there's a Cosy over there. The Chevy, which is done now. That's all we had to do to that. We're just waiting for that to be collected. That's a spare Vauxhall pickup engine, which we're going to own and just keep that in a flight case in case a customer needs it. So yeah, apart from that, nothing's really changed in here. And then we've bought some benches from the company that I just mentioned. So we've now got benches along there. These are, however, going to move, because when we move the ramp, we're going to bring the crank grinder over and we're going to move some of the machines along here and have a proper walkway. The line honer and the line borer, which is down there, they're going to go underneath that mez over there. So what this is going to be is a stripping area and have some other machines in it. So we're going to put these benches in the middle eventually, and I think we're going to keep the speed hone there and the tooling. I think I'm not too sure yet. We've got to still work on all that. This is one of the things that we purchased. This is a crankshaft straightener. So basically we could put the cranks in here, put a DTI on this bar here, and then with this, there's actually a lump of metal missing out of here. I've got to find that because it was with the machine. But basically we can then, if there's a crank that's warped slightly, we can just press it and get it straight again. In the balancing room, I've been balancing a few flywheels and cranks and stuff, so we need to have a hoover up in here. Just had a customer come in and say sorry about that. I don't really know where we got to. Next thing I've got to do is this Lotus crank assembly, which has come in for a full balance, so I'm going to do that as a separate video as well. Also from the auction, well, that weren't in the auction actually, that was in the scrap because it's not complete, but I thought it's a good basis for just using as a good bench, good solid bench if you want to tap things in cylinder heads or press liners into blocks. So I'm either going to sell that or modify it, I'm not too sure. Then we also managed to get this Tetroc crack finder, crack detector. So we're just waiting for some test fluid to turn up for that, because there was none with the machine and some other bits and bobs because it weren't working properly. And then we're going to replace all the curtain at the back and tidy it all up and get that working perfectly. And then everything else is pretty much the same down here. This is the line borer, which Sam's going to start cleaning all that off because we've got a couple of blocks to line bore. So we're going to go through all this pretty soon and see what we've got and use all the equipment to check that all the equipment's there to use it properly. I also bought another conrod heater. I've got one over the other side, but there's nothing wrong with it, but one side gets hotter than the other and it doesn't really do me head in. I'll work around it, but I thought if I bought another one I could run them side by side, and then instead of doing 2 rods in one go, I can basically do all 4. I can just stagger the heating on them and do all 4. So we picked that up from the auction, so I think that's a pretty good bit of kit. And then yeah, that's that. Everything else is the same here, and then I'll show you upstairs. I don't think a lot has changed upstairs too much, apart from, well, once we got the second part of the mez up, in there, that's still the same. Injector tester there, camshaft analyzer there, valve spring there. I'm kind of using this as my office at the moment, but this is probably the only room which is virtually done. And then in the tea room we've got some couches now. We picked up a fridge freezer from Costco, and then we fitted a boiling water tap as well instead of having to boil the kettle, mainly because I'll run upstairs, click the kettle on, while the kettle's boiling I'll run back downstairs and carry on with some work, and then it's all gone cold and I've got to boil the kettle again. So I thought, yeah, I'll get rid of that and just have a hot water tap. Then in the cylinder head shop, we've got to get the flooring. We've moved this has got to be moved again, but the Vera drive for the Centronic is broken, but my mate Voller has managed to use this inverter off an old machine that we scrapped to power the Vera drive. So until we get the proper Vera drive working, that's what we're running off. But Voller did a good job of that. I was chuffed that he got that working for me. This is a Warrior cylinder head for a friend. That's going to be on a up and coming video. That's the gas flowing room. Nothing's happened in there. And then in here, I've got to tidy up the bench space really. I did buy, wherever it is, from the auction, I managed to win this sun gauge here. So I'll show you that. I paid quite a lot of money for it though. But the reason I did is because this is the one that had quite a bit of tooling with it. So this is for measuring the valve guides. I will video me using this, but basically you put 2 valve stems in here the same, and then you can set the gauge up, zero the gauge off the size of the valve stem. So like with this valve here, you'd put 2 in the same, like run that there and one next to it. Sorry, I'm struggling to show you properly because of the me holding the camera, but I'd run another valve here, and then that sets this parallel, and then you basically put the gauge in here, lean it across here, and then you can set up the gauge and zero it, or say how much clearance you want. So when you put it in the guide, it will give you a 0 or a plus thou or 2 thou, whatever you want to run. So this is a bit of kit that I was desperate to get, and like I say, we paid a little bit for it, but it's quite nice because it's got 7 mandrels with it, where the other one that was in the auction I think had 2 or 3. So so that's another new bit of kit, and it's sunning as well, so the quality of it is very, very good. And then we've also, when they was clearing up their stuff, they had boxes and boxes and boxes of valve guides which they was going in the scrap. So they said, well, you can take all that if you like. So we did, and then I've been trying to sort through it and put them into sort of small guides, larger guides and bronze guides, and trying to work out what they are, but it's a bit time consuming that. So I'm not sure how much more organised I'm going to try and get than that. We also got this old Valve Master on the wall, which I'm quite chuffed about. Probably won't use it a lot, but it's got quite a lot of attachments for different size spring tops, and it's quite nice to have all the kit there, and it looks cool as well. So we've got that hanging up on the wall. In the meeting room, nothing's happened here apart from we've moved the simulator out because we was trying to finish decorating in what is going to be the sim room. So I'll just click the light on in here. So Tracy come down and painted this wall. I think she did the ceiling again, and this wall. So basically this wall needs painting and this wall needs painting. We're going to put some flooring down, move the data cabinet against the wall, have some shelving along the back, and then bring the sim in here and have a little games table, arcade machine, and then just rack in there basically for stuff. And then this is going to be the actual workshop office once we're finished. So this is still work in progress. And then through here, and this is going to be storage for tooling mainly and race car bits. So it's a bit of a mess in here at the moment, but we've got to put lights in, but there's spares for the crank grinder, just engine stands. These are the tiles for the shop, so this all needs neatening up. We're going to hang all the pickup body panels off the walls to keep that all looking nice and neat. But yeah, so all the spare machinery bits and race car bits and everything are going to be kept up here. And then eventually this racking will go along like that, and then across there I'm going to hang all my BMXs, and the big gap at the end we're going to have a sliding door there, so if we want to use the forklift to get anything in we can. But yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to move the ramp to where the dyno cell is, and then all down here is going to be machines as well. I think the next video will probably be the Warrior head, the Lotus crankshaft assembly, and then on with the A-series strip and rebuild. So once again guys, I just want to apologise for the big delay in getting something out there, and yeah, we will try and get some content loaded up a bit more regular. Well, that's the end of that video. Thanks for viewing guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got anything that you want me to film or show, just put a comment in the comment section below and we'll be sure to get on that and get that sorted. And if you could subscribe please, if you haven't already, just hit the subscribe button down there. That would mean a lot to me, and the alert bell, that will let you know when we've got any more videos out for you to watch. And yeah, thanks to the guys that are subscribed, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.